I'm going to talk to you today about spinal discs and how to keep them healthy, which is a must if you want to be healthy. The discs are like sponges. Think of them as like a sponge that you put in the sink. When water goes in it, it fills up. When you squeeze it, the water goes out. If you were to put a drop of soap in there, think of that as inflammation. Inflammation goes in. The water goes in, you squeeze it out, it's very soapy. Goes in again, squeeze it out, still soapy, but less and less as you continue to pump and move that sponge. Now, if you were to take that sponge and put it on the side of the sink, what would happen? It'd become dry and brittle. All right, now, with knowing what you know now from the sponge analogy, our spinal discs are the same exact way. They have to be moved in order to be hydrated and get nutrition and fluids in, and they have to be moved to pump out waste and toxins that cause degeneration. It's a process called imbibition. It's how the spine moves to get rid of waste and get nutrition into the spine. If there's an area that's stuck, that is the area that usually degenerates faster. That is the area that over time can begin to produce nerve irritation, causing a person to lose their quality of life and their health because that disc is irritating the nervous system. And anytime that happens, that's big problems. So let's talk about how to keep a disc healthy. When you move around, you can't really see if every disc is moving. So what a chiropractor does is they find out and make sure that every disc is moving like it should be. And the chiropractic adjustment is designed for discs that aren't moving like the other ones, or joints that aren't moving like the other ones. And through the adjustment, they can restore health to that joint. However, on a daily basis, we have to make sure we're moving all our joints through all range of motions as much as possible. So when it comes to the discs, here's the 3 planes of motion that we need to be doing for our neck and our low back. Flexion is the first one. Forward and backwards. Lateral flexion, side and side, and rotation. Turn and turn. You should be in those positions for 10 seconds. And here's how it works. When you come, you sort of run into a spot where you sort of stop a little bit. But if you just relax and breathe there and continue to look in that direction, you'll see yourself slowly start to migrate further and further in that direction. And that's the kind of sensation you want, where you're really starting to increase your range of motion, really starting to open that disc up for it to be hydrated and for good healthy fluids to be pulled into it, so to speak. So for 10 seconds you do that, then you rest for 5, and you do 10 seconds again to the other side. And you could do that for as many repetitions as you like, and you can do it as many times throughout the day as you like. That should be done for your neck and your low back. I also do a foam roller to roll through my back to sort of pump the discs. There's also rolling tables at different offices that chiropractors use, but it's something you could do on a foam roller. Sometimes I do inversion. All of this obviously is once you're checked and ask your doctor to make sure you're cleared to do these things, because even things that are good for us can injure us. I know people who get hurt on inversion machines. I know people who get hurt stretching if the area is injured to begin with. So this is general information just to get an understanding that we have to do something to keep our discs healthy. I also use a pelvic disc. I have that right here. I sit on this for my lumbar spine, and I put that through ranges of motion as well. I do flexion and extension with that. I bend side to side. We can also use those discs for people with scoliosis. We have them sit on the disc a certain way and raise their hand a certain way to be opposite of what their curves are, to sort of bring their back a little more center through exercise and adjustments. All sorts of great tools. I'm a big fan of yoga and stretching. They are always concerned about alignment, standing up straight, full range of motion. They're very patient with their stretches. They make sure the body is warm. They have all sorts of things that don't just create flexibility, but create strength as well, and get that mind-body connection going, which is very, very valuable. I mean, that's just how chiropractic works too. The more the brain is connected to the body, the better it heals and repairs. So if you have any questions about disc health or any of the stuff we talked about, you can send it to AskDrFresh@gmail.com, and I will answer any questions you have. Have a great day.